Going on, everybody? So the hurricane that I was talking about in the last video when I was fooling with that truck right there, it came last night. I thought it was just gonna be a little wind and rain, you know, but apparently it picked up some steam. Took out a couple pine trees, tops of them. There's one over there laid down. Some out there, it blew tarps off of all the motors. So I'll have to go through them, make sure they ain't got water in them. Yep, it blew the door off the shed. Did get lucky because nothing fell on any vehicles, thank God, because that would have really sucked. There is stuff everywhere. Might jump on the four-wheeler here in a little bit. Roll down the road and see what everybody else is looking like. Back here is pretty much the same thing. It snapped our power pole off, so we probably won't have power for a while. And that's nice because, you know, 85 degrees at night trying to sleep is just wonderful. I already hear chainsaws everywhere. Alright, let's see if we can navigate all this mess. All the little pine trees survived. The big ones got took out. Man, I'm gonna have to pull plugs, oil cylinders, and everything. It's gonna be fun. Hey, there's a kitty cat. Yeah, I was worried one of these trees is gonna fall on a truck. Got lucky in that regard. Took the door right off. No power. It was a hot, miserable night last night. I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, we ain't gonna have no power for a while. Looks like everybody else made it pretty good. Just us with all the damn pine trees. Bunch of limbs down everywhere else. Everybody else made it through alright. We the only ones on the road with a pile of pine trees in the yard. Yeah, if you just woke up in our yard and looked around, you would think the whole dang neighborhood would be devastated. Day 5, we still ain't got no power. Trees got knocked down everywhere, power lines knocked down everywhere. This is my first time coming this way. It looks like there was trees down everywhere on this road. They had to do a lot of cutting. There's one still laying on a power line right there. There's a bunch of trees that been cut up right here that was laying across the road. It did a lot of damage, that's for sure. I ain't been to town, but I seen pictures and it seems like it messed it up pretty good. This guy here has a bunch of oak trees and pecan trees. They got took up, a whole bunch of them. Took them down like nothing. A lot worse than I was expecting. The day of the hurricane, I looked at the weather and it was showing like 65-mile-an-hour winds. And then that night, whenever the wind was blowing mighty hard, I looked. And it was showing 100 mile an hour with 130 mile an hour gust. So it pretty much doubled its power from that morning to that evening. Yeah, this is right down the road from my house. There's still trees on lines every dang where. I'd say it'll probably be several more days before we get power, unfortunately. Like a lot of people lost some of their roof. I should have rode around more right after it happened. Everything's done been cleaned up now pretty much for the most part anyhow. There's still a bunch of trees and stuff down in people's yards, but as far as the roads and all, everybody's pretty much done cleared all that. But there was plenty of roads blocked off, so we got lucky, that's for sure. Just a bunch of trees down our yard. I know a few people that had trees come through their homes and on their vehicles and everything else. So the glass shop got its whole roof and doors and everything took off. Some of the roof right there. It's like a bunch of it ended up over here at this shop on vehicles. People come in there to get a starter change, now they need a whole new vehicle. Got that trailer good. Well, day 7, still no power. Tree fell on their house. They didn't get too lucky. Hopefully nobody got hurt. All them big old trees come down just about. Man, if all them big old trees would have fell the other way, this road would have been blocked off for a minute. All right, it's day 567. Civilization is now collapsed, but we do got a generator. Got our new pole up. Everybody else has got power on this road except for us. We gotta get them out here to take that wire that's wrapped around the top of that pole and run it over here and hook it up to this pole, and then we won't have power again. Hopefully it won't be too long. Took my old truck by the car wash and sprayed it off for the first time in probably a good year and a half. It was covered in stuff growing on it. I just sprayed it off. I didn't wash or nothing, so it could still use a good cleaning. But I mean, it's got 2 different wheels on it. The damn bumper's missing, so I ain't putting too much effort in it. I would have had another video up on the truck by now, but you know, been kind of occupied with this hurricane stuff. But just like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Later.